This is Newsfighters, where we fight the news so you don't have to. With Dylan Behan.
Yes, g'day everyone. Welcome to Newsfighters for today, Friday, the 10th of September, 2021. Newsfighters is a quick and somewhat humorous look back at the week in news and politics in Australia, presented by me, Dylan Behan, the ivermectin of news comedy. But first up, the absolute biggest story everyone in the media is talking about.
Trouble in the temple. The monk caught shopping at Sexyland.
It's a bad man.
A current affair tonight.
I'm sorry, what? A current affair? Even by your normal standards, which is just chasing dodgy tradies or shoplifters down the street, this is low. Now you're just chasing a shopper. What's next? A nun who went to Bunnings? A pope getting a latte? Lift your game, a current affair. Of course, the real big news story this week was
the sluggish start to Australia's vaccine rollout could have been avoided after shock emails suggested the federal government delayed key meetings with Pfizer.
Pfizer invited Health Minister Greg Hunt to discuss its vaccine with senior global executives. The invitation was declined.
But don't worry, Scott Morrison assures us that he did everything he could to get more vaccines earlier.
The Prime Minister was pressed about what efforts he went to get more vaccines.
Every effort that we could.
When asked what efforts were taken...
No, I've answered the question.
Well, I'm certainly convinced. Good job, everyone, and happy 12th week of lockdown to you, Prime Minister. Of course, you can trust Scott Morrison on vaccines. He knows the names of all of them.
Do we have enough of the Pfizer to go around?
Well, it's not just Pfizer. There's the AstraZeneca vaccine, there's the Pfizer vaccine.
What? You already said Pfizer. It's a bit like saying for dinner we're having vegetables and potatoes. Morrison also can't count percentages.
We've gone past the halfway mark, 40% double dosed.
Sorry, what? Last time I checked, 40% is not more than half. No wonder these guys are so bad at running the economy. They can't even count. Scott Morrison was also in the news this week for stuffing something else up.
The Prime Minister has been forced to defend a quick dash home to Sydney from Canberra last weekend to see his kids on Father's Day.
So why was Scott Morrison allowed to leave and then return to Canberra?
He was given an exemption to enter lockdown Canberra by the Territory Government because he's an essential worker.
Essential worker? No, I'm sorry, that's debatable at best. He's definitely not essential and I've never seen him do any actual work. He just seems to go on holidays all the time. Scott tried to offer up some empathy.
I can understand people's frustration.
Yeah, so why did you do it? Scott Morrison's the kind of a guy that if you were lost together in the middle of the desert, he'd drink the last drop of water from the bottle and say, I understand you must be thirsty. Now, moving on to some good news.
3-year-old Anthony AJ Elfalak, missing in bushland in the New South Wales Hunter region since Friday, is tonight back in his parents' arms.
Yes, the little child lost in bushland has been found, but it's not all good news.
New South Wales Health has advised people who are involved in the search for missing toddler AJ Elfalak to get a COVID test and isolate. Authorities say there were people from LGAs of concern and fears there could also be exposure at a nearby monastery. Exposure
at a monastery? Well, to me that sounds like it could be the fault of...
The monk caught shopping at Sexyland.
It's a bad man.
All right, that's the Newsfighters headlines for today. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook and at newsfighters.com. Or to listen to the complete episode, look up Newsfighters on your podcasting app. I'm Dylan Behan. Keep fighting and bye for now.